Taiwan's military warns the Chinese Communist regime. Since the escalation of China's aggressions towards Taiwan, this is the first time that the Taiwanese army is warning the Chinese Communist Party that it will shoot down Chinese drones. Chinese drones began invading the Shumoi archipelago, also known as Kinmen, a few days ago and took photos and videos of Taiwanese soldiers at a military base. The photos were posted on Chinese social media, triggering a wave of pro-China and pro-CCP comments, as well as pointing out how easy it is for the CCP to obtain classified military information from the islands in the strait. Taiwan warned the communist regime that if it continues to send drones to the archipelago, they will be immediately shot down. This is the first time Taiwan has warned China in this way. Tensions continued to rise following U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit, when the CCP responded with large-scale military exercises in the South China Sea and ballistic missiles flew over the island nation. Days after Pelosi's visit, Chinese drones flew over a small island of Shumoi, very close to China. A total of 19 People's Liberation Army drones were spotted near Taiwan and flew over the area for 5 consecutive days. In a video taken by one of the drones, Taiwanese soldiers are surprised by the drone and threw stones at it. It appears that the drone that took the footage was not a People's Liberation Army drone, but a civilian one. The drone also photographed the interior of the military base, as well as a map on a wall. The Shumoi Defense Command confirmed that a civilian drone has flown over Erdan, just 4 kilometers, 2.5 miles from the Chinese city of Xiamen. Taiwan issued a statement saying that an unidentified object was seen flying briefly over the Liu area and was determined to be a civilian drone. The statement said troops followed standard operating procedures, fired warning flares, maintained surveillance, and high alert. We immediately sounded the siren and radioed a warning. The unmanned drone quickly returned to the waters on the Chinese side of the strait, said a commanding officer who spoke on condition of anonymity. He added that they only fired warning shots as the drone quickly returned to land after the initial warning. He further said that the photos and videos have not revealed any key information and that all important installations and military deployments are hidden. He denied local media reports that the drone had been intercepted. Based on these intrusions, Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense said it will deploy a remotely controlled anti-drone defense system that was developed by the Taiwan Academy of Sciences. The system will be first introduced on small islands and inlets near China in response to threats of drone incursions and will be operational next year. Taiwan's military said that it used warning shots to scare off the invading drones rather than shooting them down directly in order to prevent further escalation of tensions in the Taiwan Strait. However, the Kinmen Defense Command noted in a statement that while Taiwan's military aims to prevent an escalation of the situation, it will take action to prevent drones or other aircraft from invading its airspace. The statement also accused the CCP of increasingly frequent drone harassment operations in recent weeks. The statement stated these repeated provocations pose a threat to Taiwan's national defense and airspace security, and we will take the necessary measures to stop them. In addition, the Kinmen Defense Command also emphasized that if a drone flies over Kinmen and refuses to leave Taiwanese airspace despite warnings, it will be shot down by the military. Recently, during a visit to Air Force facilities in the Penghu Islands, Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen said China had used gray zone tactics such as drone intrusion to continue its military intimidation against Taiwan. She told troops stationed in the Taiwan Strait archipelago, "I want to tell everyone that the more provocative the enemy is, the calmer we have to be. We will not provoke a war and we will restrain ourselves, but that does not mean we will not react." Tsai added that she had ordered the Defense Ministry to take necessary and forceful countermeasures at the appropriate time to defend the safety of our airspace. Zhou Lishan, spokesman for China's foreign ministry, said at a press conference on Monday, August 29th, that the outside world should not make a fuss about this. Zhou said, "I also saw the video about that. Chinese drones flying over Chinese territory. It's not something to make a fuss about." However, Taiwan's foreign ministry later issued a press release sternly responding to Zhou's comments. "This is an ancient Chinese teaching that people who are not invited are called thieves. Whether forcing the door or spying from the air, the people of Taiwan do not welcome such thieves," it said in a statement. White House National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, John Kirby, told reporters that China is still trying to establish a new normal with its gray zone actions towards Taiwan. Kirby said they're trying to raise the temperature to a degree where it becomes a new kind of normal. He added, "We're not going to accept that." Shumoi Island is part of Taiwan and was attacked in 1958 by communist forces during 44 days of intensive bombing. There was a cessation of attacks for a time, and then the communist regime continued the attacks for years. In 1978, the United States established diplomatic ties with the Communist Party, and the intensive bombing stopped.